Kalvirs Consulting, and this is lesson 15, Statistics. The average or arithmetic mean is the sum of a set of values divided by the number of values in the set. In the example shown below, Drew earned a $2,000 commission on a big sale, raising her average commission by $100. If Drew's new average commission is $900, how many sales does she make? So first of all, her last average commission was the sum of her commissions over the number of sales she did, and this average plus $100 is her new average commission, which is the sum of her commissions plus the $2,000 commission over n plus 1, because now she has done n plus 1 sales. Then the problem states if Drew's new average commission is $900, so we get the following. Her new average commission is $900. So we can do the following. The sum of commissions plus $2,000 equals 900 times n plus 900. Finally, the sum of her commissions before the $2,000 commission is 900 times n minus 1,100. So then we have that this is 900, so the sum of her commissions is 800 times n. I can't replace this one here. 800 times n equals 900 times n minus 1,100. So finally we get 100 times n equals 1,100. So n is 11. But the question is, how many sales does she make? She did n plus 1 sales because at the end she did the $2,000 commission sale. So she did 12 sales. The median is the middle value of a list of values arranged in increasing or decreasing order. If the number of observations is odd, the median is the central term. For the set shown, after rearranging terms 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9, the median is 5. Central term. Now, if number of observations is even, then the median is the average of the two central terms. So, for the set shown below, after rearranging terms 10, 15, 25, 41, the median is 15 plus 25 over 2, 20. The mode. Mode is the value that appears most frequently. For the set shown, the mode is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. A normal distribution is an arrangement of data set in which most values cluster in the middle of the range and the rest taper off symmetrically toward either extreme. In a normal distribution, the mean and the median are all the same. The range is a positive difference between the largest term and the smallest term. For the set shown below, the range is 10 minus 2. Standard deviation. The standard deviation measures the dispersion of a set of numbers around the mean. The higher the standard deviation, the more spread out the data. What is the standard deviation of the following set, according to a chart? To understand the formula given in the chart, first we need to find the average of this set. The average is 3 plus 4 plus 5 over 3. So finally we get 4. Now, second, we need to subtract the average of the set from each term in the set. 3 minus the average, 4 minus the average, and 5 minus the average. Third, we need to square each result. Fourth, we need to take the average of these three numbers. And finally, we need to calculate the positive square root of that average. And this is the standard deviation of this set. This is not a GMAT type question. However, it is important to know what data is needed to know to apply such formula and thus find the standard deviation. For a normal distribution set, about 68.26% lies within one standard deviation from the mean. About 95.44% lies within two standard deviations of the mean, and about 99.74% lies within three standard deviations of the mean. For instance, if a certain set has a mean of 7 and standard deviation of 1.5, then we get the following. About 68.26% of all possible observations lie within 7 minus 1.5 and 7 plus 1.5. About 95.44% of all possible observations lie within 7 minus 3 and 7 plus 3. And about 99.74% of all possible observations lie within 7 minus 4.5 and 7 plus 4.5. When all data in the set is equal, the standard deviation is 0. 0 is the lowest standard deviation for any set. If you add or subtract the same number to every number on the list, the standard deviation is the same. For instance, here I add 2 units to each of the members of the list. However, the standard deviation is the same. It means the standard deviation of set C is the same as the standard deviation of set B. And here we have 5 minus 2, 8 minus 2, 14 minus 2. Therefore, the standard deviation of D is the same as the standard deviation of B as well. If each value of the set is multiplied by any other value than +1 and -1, then multiply the standard deviation by the same number as well. For instance, if the standard deviation of set A is this, then the standard deviation of B is 2 times the standard deviation of A. If you multiply each number by k, then you multiply the standard deviation by k. Now, if you raise the numbers on a list to a power, if the values of a list are raised to a power, the standard deviation is a different number. So, if the standard deviation of set A is this number, then the standard deviation of C is another number. There is no rule in this case.